Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome back to my channel, King Steve on Tarot. And I want to say our time has arrived. Um, One thing I do want to say is before I started the reading, I can already feel a sense of procrastination. Um, but not in a bad way. I feel like a lot of you guys are really taking your time to think things out because you want your next move to be your best move. Now, of course, if you guys did not know, I am a fellow Sagittarian. My birthday is November 24th. Um, so, this reading may resonate with me as well, even though I try not to bring my own energy to a reading, but when Spirit speaks, Spirit speaks. Um, but I do feel like a lot of you guys are in the energy of just cutting a lot of bullshit out, not dealing with a lot of people's bullshit lies. You're not playing dumb or naive to nobody's bullshit no more than, no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you care for them, it's just like, okay, I'm not going to continue to play stupid. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and shuffle the cards so we can get into your reading. Um, I also had to pull Mary J out with you guys because for some reason before I did your reading, it was like anxiety city. So without further ado, let's go ahead and shuffle. I do want to say, Sagittarius, for some, I feel like for one or two of you, I feel like you think things are not going your way. I feel like you feel like, oh, did I just say that back to back like that? I think you're in the energy of why isn't anything happening for me? Spirit is telling me to tell you God's rejection can sometimes be your biggest blessing. Okay? So let's finish shuffling. Alright. Go ahead and cut the cards. Spirit, is there any messages that you have for the sign of Sagittarius for January 2021? Spirit, is there any messages that you have for the sign of Sagittarius for January 2021? Spirit, is there any messages that you have for the sign of Sagittarius for January 2021? Spirit, is there any messages that you have for the sign of Sagittarius for January 2021? Alright. Your first card up, Saggies, is the Three of Cups. I hope some of you guys are not dealing with a third party situation. I feel like already it's giving third party. Um, Now, of course, it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but we're gonna go on. Your second card is the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Hmm. Okay, Sanji. That's why I say for some of you it may not be a third party situation. But when I remember before I even pulled your cards, I said a lot of you are focusing on your money. And sure enough, Spirit has spoken. You see how she's looking up at the pentacles that's growing? You guys are working on something. And you started from the bottom. And it's going to be here, okay? You guys are working on something. And it's going to bring you your pentacles. And you know why I say that? Because your third card is the Ten of Pentacles. And your overall energy is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is your overall energy, okay? So, we're going to go ahead and get into these cards. Now, again, you guys, Started off with the Three of Cups, okay? And that's definitely Cancer's energy and has placement in Mercury, okay? Now, the Three of Cups can mean triumph, resolution, healing. Um, it can also mean abuse. So I feel like for some of you, I feel like for some of you, y- you guys are in a third party situation. That's just what it's giving me. You guys are in a third party situation, and I think that it's got you in your feelings a little bit. I think the triumph is you coming to the resolution and being honest with yourself that, hey, this may not work, and I'm going to go ahead and start my healing process. And this is why you also get healing. But I want you guys to also realize that this can also mean a form of abuse. So I think that a lot of you guys are healing, but through the form of maybe an abuse of a substance. Maybe it's alcohol, or maybe it's drugs, or maybe it's whatever. You know what I mean? It can be cigarettes, weed, it can be liquor, it can be sex, too much porn, whatever, food. I feel like that's what you're using to heal. Because some people are emotional eaters. Some people don't eat at all. So that can be in the form of that could be a form of abuse to your body because you're abusing your body by not eating and giving it its nutrients. Um, so I want you guys to be real careful with that. Spirit is just telling me, and I feel like it's very light because again the card is upright. It's very light abuse because as you can like I feel like what you guys are doing is like surface. It's like, you're having maybe like your cocktail on the weekend, or you're having your blunt at the end of every day, but if this was reversed, I think it the abuse would be more in depth. Like you're really letting your habit get out of control. Um, the abuse can also stand for the emotional abuse that the person is putting you through. Um, but it is a form of healing because as you can see how the other two angels are pouring the water into the cup that's actually blossoming with the flower. So like I said, it's helping you heal, but you want to make sure that it doesn't become second nature or a bad habit, okay? Now, um we're going to clarify because I want to do a clarification for the Three of Cups, but I want to do that clarification after we go through your cards because I do want to do clarifications. But I want to get the rest of the message that's already out here, and then we'll go ahead and clarify, okay? Now, your second card is the Four of Pentacles, which we all know that falls under Capricorn's energy, okay? It has a placement with the sun. That can speak of equilibrium, savings, generosity. It can be a form of stagnation and obstacle, okay? And I believe that again, by this card being an upright, it's temporary stagnation, temporary obstacles, but I think the stagnation is coming from the fact that you're just a little stuck in your head about the third party situation. I feel like that's just slowing you down a little bit. It's not stopping you, it's just creating, just a little stagnation. And I believe the obstacles, you see how she's looking up to her pinnacles, they're growing, and you're creating, you're working on what you want to blossom and prosper. But I think the obstacles come in, okay, do I need to bring in some advice? Do I need to bring in maybe a business advisor? I think that those are the obstacles. Your obstacle is, okay, now that this is blossoming, what's the next stage? Your obstacle is getting started on the next stage. I think some of you guys just maybe don't know where to start, and you might feel like you need to bring in some professional help. So I think that that's where the obstacles is coming from. But I think the stagnation just speaks of you just being in your head also about the third party, and it can also reflect to the obstacles as well because it can be stagnation with your business if you're an entrepreneur, or your coins period, and also stagnation because when you are trying to heal and get over something, especially love, it can definitely affect you in the work area. Excuse me. But what lets me know that you guys got over this obstacle and you guys did heal yourself and did not let Remember, those habits, that little small form of abuse, you guys didn't let that get the best of you because you guys do fall into your Ten of Pentacles, okay? And when you see the Ten of Pentacles, that is definitely Virgo's energy and has a placement in Mercury. So when you see the Ten of Pentacles, that speaks of home, abundance, okay, speaks of savings. It can also speak of uncertainties and disagreements. Okay, so I think that you guys, I feel like for some of you guys, you're going to be moving. I feel like you guys are going to be moving. And I feel like that whatever you're working on, you will have abundance from that. And I feel like for some of you, because I know that this can be a slight struggle for Sagittariuses, and I can definitely speak on this because I'm a Sagittarius myself. Um, we like nice things, and I feel like for some of you, you beat yourself up about maybe not saving enough money or not having a savings. I know because like it seems like we always need something. And as bad as we may want to save money, we always have to spend it or something comes up or it's just never a dull moment with us. So I feel like that's where your savings is coming from. You're finally going to be abundant to the point that you can invest in yourself, pay your bills, and still have a savings. I think that the reason why you guys will be moving, that's where the uncertainty and disagreement is coming in at. I think that whoever you're living with now, Sagittarius, I think you're having a disagreement with the situation. It can be the situation that they have you in or how the other people that you're living with is moving. You may not be fond of how people are moving because you realize that the way they're moving may not only affect them, it can affect everyone. And that's where the uncertainty is coming in at because if what they do affects everyone, where is that going to leave you once the shit hits the fan? So I think that that's where your uncertainties are coming from. Um, yeah. So let's go ahead and get a clarification card, okay, for the Three of Cups. Spirit, can we get a clarification card for the Three of Cups? Spirit, can we get a clarification card for the Three of Cups? Because I really want to see I really want to see is this like a third party energy. Like I want to see what this Three of Cups is. I'm feeling like it's a third party energy, but I want to get a clarification for it just to make sure. Spirit, can we get a clarification card for the Three of Cups? Okay, they're telling me to pull it. The One of Pentacles. Okay. Now, the One of Pentacles speaks of success, earnings, health, rarity, and excess. Okay. Um, I think that you guys, okay, see how the Four of Pentacles came right out after the Three of Cups, after this healing. I believe that you felt as though in order for you to create your foundation, you see how with this One of Pentacles, you see how the roots are kind of going to that pentacle, that one pentacle. The To me, what I'm getting from that is those roots are going to that pinnacle because that's your main foundation. That's the milk and butter of all 10 of your pinnacles. That's your foundation. And I think in order for you to in order for the rest of these flowers to finish growing, in order for those roots to finish reaching that pinnacle to create the Four of Pentacles, and then for you to ultimately get your Ten of Pentacles, you had to walk away from this situation. You had to heal yourself from this because if you didn't, you wouldn't have that foundation. The reason why you have the Four of Pentacles is because you did what you had to do. The One of Pentacles. Spirit definitely spoke. Definitely. Now, mind you, your overall energy, okay, is the Nine of Swords. Now, when you come across the Nine of Swords, That's definitely Gemini's energy, and it has a placement in Mars. That brings new awareness, willpower, reflection, but it also can speak of wounds and waste. Okay? So I think that during this period, now, I do want to say this. I do want to say this. For some of you that may not have been entertaining a third party situation, this can be just a living situation that you were in. Okay, it may be you and two other people, but like I said, whoever you're staying with, you may not like the way that they're moving, or you realize the way that they're moving may affect everybody else. I just wanted to make that clear for those that's not in a third party situation or entertaining anybody. But remember, I said some of you may be living with people, but I think that that's where the waste and the wounds are coming from. Okay, it's like, I wasted so much time here, or you may feel like to get this Four of Pentacles, you might have wasted money on certain investments, and you realize, I shouldn't have did that. But don't forget that the Nine of Swords speaks of that new awareness. You now realize that your willpower. It also brings on reflection. Okay, and I believe that the reason why this was the overall energy is because look how you had to do the healing. Look how you became a little stagnant and had the obstacles, and then she's looking up at her Four of Pentacles, and then you eventually come into your Ten of Pentacles. But look how, in order to get the four up to the Ten of Pentacles, look how you had to heal, because that One of Pentacle was your foundation. So it's no coincidence that this was your overall energy, where it says new awareness, where it's willpower, reflection, because you had to do all of that to come into your Ten of Pentacles. You had to. Okay? And Sagittarius, Spirit is telling me to leave your messages there. I want to thank you guys so, so much, especially as a fellow Sagittarian. I really do appreciate you guys and all the love that you show. If this resonated with you guys, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, so you can be notified every time we upload. I just want to say blessings, peace, and love, Sagittarius. And until the next reading, namaste.